Live, live. Sure Oh, I forgot closed captions. Oh, it's too late. Oh, did I get it? I don't think I got it. Sorry, I forgot to put closed captions for this live stream. I didn't get to add it in. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me. And we're gonna be talking about this kind of strange story, South Florida, and a situation that happened in April, but the mother spoke out recently, a couple of days ago, or I think last week, and it kind of went viral. Um, there's like 3 videos of her. I've watched, I think, the first one, and it's kind of weird. And I was talking to Rabbit about this because it reminded me a little bit. It reminded her, and we started talking about it, of a story of Jelani Day, which was another weird one. And there was kind of not really an update, but the mother still seeking answers 2 years later with regards to Jelani Day. So I figured at the end of this stream we can kind of recap and talk about that. Just weird. Cancel, right? Somebody's gonna complain. What's up, man? Hope you guys are doing great. If you could hit the like button. The other day was pretty crazy too, right? That day where we had I don't remember, bro. The chase and the standoff. I feel like didn't we have like 2 standoffs recently? We had the active shooter, which was a standoff, and then the other day, 2 standoffs in about a week. Like insane standoffs, not like a regular standoff. The house getting torn down, and the other place in both. Well, the first one, the person's alive, the one in Texas, but this other one, I think the guy got killed in fire between the police. So, never heard of the case. So before we get started, I just wanted to mention real quick again, just to make you guys aware, because I know I have friends that I was talking to a friend last night. And she had no idea this was even going on. So I'm just going to be mentioning it throughout my streams for the people that missed it. I have a legal situation going on. I'm, doing a lawsuit. The link is pinned in the chat if you want to help out with donating, or if not, even just sharing the link, that helps out too. And if you're just curious about the details, there's links there. You can actually read the documentation, the legal documentation, if you're curious to know what's going on with that. And just thank you so much for everybody that's just been sending donations. Really, 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 really appreciate the love and support. So just want to throw that out there before we get started. Ooh, got some piping hot tea. Oh, yeah. Tripsy, we might talk about that. You say 75 cops. I actually have that link here. Maybe at the end of this stream. I'm still planning to do, I'm kind of conflicted, I wanted to do a weird story stream, but I was also like wanting to do a fun stream, but I don't know if I can do the fun and the weird at the same time. It's possible, but some of the weird stuff is like very serious. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to throw it all together at one. Or Vic, you appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, and for the people too, because there's people that said that like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do anything financial. That's perfectly fine. Just watch my videos, hit like, subscribe. If you're chilling one day and you just want to click one of my playlists and just play the videos, that works too, So yeah, I've been collecting stories. That's why I have so many tabs up here, and I have some others because I kind of miss doing the Karen videos as well. That's fun sometimes. So yeah, all right, let's get started with some of the basic details before we watch the mother, which the mother was very, very frustrated. Thank you, Perriette. Heels in the air. What's up? How you doing, Dr. Edward Moskowitz? No foul play. That kid died. Well, that's the thing, Pammy. They're saying the police are saying no foul play, but the story is weird. I'm gonna start with some of the basics first before we get more into it, to give people a chance to join. I just randomly came across this video last night myself, and then I reached out to Flossie to help me find some more information on this. And so, police in Miramar searched for an 18-year-old, Lennon Latham. He's also referred to as where's the nickname? Is it L? I feel like they've been calling him LJ. Might be right there. They haven't been saying LJ. And Vizcaya Community Lake, after the young man was reported missing. According to Miramar police, Latham was last seen near this Vizcaya Park, located at the 14,200 block Southwest 55th Street around 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday. There's a picture of him. Miramar Police Department officers gathered at the lake inside the gated community to search for the missing teen, as detectives had reason to believe his disappearance was suspicious and were concerned for his safety. The police department was also assisted by federal agents to help search for him. Their search party came up empty. So this was another weird one because he does end up being in a lake. And this is the stuff he was last seen wearing: t-shirt, Adidas joggers, and Gucci sandals. Let's play this video clip too. I think
a desperate search underway, and a family is asking for the public's help to find their missing son. 18-year-old Lennon Latham was last seen Tuesday in Miramar near Vizcaya Park on Southwest 55th Street. He had on a white t-shirt, red Adidas joggers, and Gucci sandals.
You can't imagine.
This is back then. This is the mother back then. We're going to watch the more current video now.
The pain I'm feeling now, it's worse than when I gave birth. And I want to give birth again.
Wow.
I want to see my son come home.
Police do believe his disappearance to be suspicious, and authorities searched a lake at that park today, but came up empty. If you know anything of him, where his whereabouts are, you should call Miramar Police.
So they said it was suspicious at first, but then, okay, a little bit more of an updated article. And again, this was back in April this year. The reason it's taken off again now is because the mother has made some videos that went viral this month, and it's kind of surfacing again, the story. And so here, the Miramar Police Department reported that an 18-year-old man who vanished on Monday night turned up dead in a lake Thursday evening. Okay, LJ, right. The body of Lennon Latham, better known as LJ, was in a lake near Vizcaya Park. And at present time, no foul play is suspected. You know, the Broward County Medical Examiner's Office had custody of Latham's body on Friday and was charged with determining his cause of death, which I haven't seen. Or did they say it here? They asked for the public's help to find Latham on Wednesday after he was last seen alive at or about 11:30 p.m. on Monday near Vizcaya Park, which remained flooded Friday after Wednesday's deluge. Deputies with the Broward Sheriff's Office, police officers with the Pembroke Pines and Miami-Dade Police Departments, and South Florida Water Management District personnel helped Miramar detectives with the search. And so he was found in this lake. Now, this lady kind of gives a good explanation. I want to listen to her video before I watch the mother. I thought this was a good...
Be mindful of the company that you keep. This is LJ. LJ had just turned 18 years old on April 7th. On April 11th, he told his mom that he'll be right back. He left with his best friend, Jamel Jamison, who lives in the same complex as he did. LJ's mom stated that LJ knew to be home by midnight because that was his curfew. Around 11:30, she noticed that she didn't hear from LJ, so she called him a couple times and didn't get an answer. After she started to worry, she decided to call his friend Jamel. Jamel told her that LJ was in the bathroom and that he had left his phones in the car. Shortly after, she realized that it was getting even later and still no call from LJ, so she decided to look at his location. Upon looking at his location, it seemed as if LJ was on his way home. But then she shortly realized that he passed his home, and now his location stated that he was at his friend's Jamel's house. His mom grew suspicious and decided to go over to Jamel's house. When she got there, no sign of LJ. The lights in Jamel's house was off. She tried to call and received no answer. That's when she took matters into her own hands and decided to go to the park that they were at, which was called Vizcaya Park. She called the police and filed a missing persons report. 3 days after, LJ's body was found in the river in the park that him and his friend Jamel Jamison was last seen. According to the authorities, they ruled LJ's death as an accident. he drowned.
And the mother's going to talk more about that because the mother was saying that, like, he's been swimming since he was 2. The mother was saying, so, like, how did he drown? It also made me think of that Obama thing where was it Obama's chef drowned or something like that? He was it paddleboarding or something? And he was like a really good swimmer. I don't know if he had some sort of medical condition, and it wasn't even deep water. And I don't think it was deep. He drowned. I don't know how deep it was. I forgot, but I don't know.
Now, I'm going to give my opinion on the situation because this sounds crazily fishy. For starters, his mom learned that Jamel actually called his parents, and him and his parents went to the park to search for LJ and did not call or notify his mom that he was missing at that time. Why would you not call, especially a child, why would you not inform his parents? Especially with your parents and the parents, why wouldn't you call her if he supposedly was missing? That's something that should have been reported right away. Also, why would he leave both of his phones in the car around 11:30? From what I gathered from his mom, he was a very respectable and responsible child. The fact that they said he drowned just sounds crazy to me because he knew how to swim. So how did he drown? Also, why were the cops not called? Why were the cops called after his mom called the cops? That's another fishy thing. There's a lot of holes in this story, and it sickens me that the story did not get the proper exposure that it was supposed to get. For starters, Jamel Jamison and his family needs to be thoroughly investigated. But unfortunately,
by the way, this is her opinion.
This case was closed. I'm just going to give my opinion on what I feel happened that night. Something happened in that car. And Jamel knows exactly what happened, and he has everything to do with LJ's death. I feel like he panicked. He called his parents, and his parents came to his aid and helped him put LJ's body in the river to make it look like it was an accident. Now, LJ's mom said that 3 days after his death, she had 2 dreams. The first dream was LJ came to her, and she said anytime she was disappointed in him, he'd always hang his head low. She said when he walked up to her, he took her hand and placed a blue bag in her hand. When she looked at it, she said, "This is fentanyl. This is what killed you." He put his head down and he walked away. Now, that's a powerful dream, and I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a very spiritual person.
I don't know. That's a pretty big thing, though, to say parents helped, move the body into the water. I wonder if they have any cameras over there. It's super suspicious. It almost made me think of, I just wonder if they were doing substances too, where the 2 kids hanging out, where they're doing stuff. It reminded me of Quan Bobby Charles. I don't know if you guys remember this Louisiana story. This was like a really weird one too. He, I believe, if I remember correctly, he was hanging out with a friend. That friend also had like a party mom, one of those party moms that like allegedly provide drugs for the kids and stuff, and she wants to be the cool mom and shit. I forgot what they said was in the system. Police previously had video showing the moment that Charles voluntarily left his home with 2 people. The video appears to show someone sitting in the edge of the road in front of a home as a silver car drives by. Then the person started running after the car. The car returned to the home soon after. Police said 3 people, including Charles, got out of the car and went to the backyard before returning to the car and driving away. This is the lady right here that got arrested, party mom. Attorneys for Charles' family told CBS News in December that they had obtained audio recordings in which a woman say is Ivern admitted to not calling the police right after he ran away from her home. So he was in there and he just ran away. And it says, yes, I should have called the cops. I should have went further. A woman can be heard saying on the recording, the family also alleged that Iverson's son told a private investigator that he and Charles did drugs at Irvin's home. Did he smoke something, or did he? I mean, the investigator can be heard asking, yeah, he smoked some weed and that was it. Which is still kind of like, I don't know. So it makes me think of these weird stories. You know, he was found in a sugarcane field, I believe, and they said that he just like drowned. It was like 2 feet of water. Said he drowned.
And they always say that the ones who went on usually do come back, especially if they're not at ease or not at peace. They do come back.
That's fantastic.
And I feel like that was his moment to tell his mom exactly what happened. And he was disappointed in himself that he probably took the drugs knowing what it was, or he probably didn't know what it was. But regardless of the fact, Jamel left him to die. It honestly, to me, it seems like a setup. Oh. And it's so crazy. Literally, 4 days after his birthday, this happens. One thing my mom always told me was to be very careful, extremely careful around your birthday, holidays, and special occasions, because that's usually around the time that things tend to happen. It's sad too, because this was supposed to be your best friend. Your best friend. So if this was your best friend and your best friend was in need or something happened, regardless of what, why didn't you act right away on it? Why did it take you so long to say something? And to see that even after the whole ordeal, neither him nor his parents have came by to say anything to LJ's mom, let alone send any type of condolences. That screams guilty to me. If this wasn't enough for me to feel like I can't trust people, then I don't know what. It's worse enough that I don't. I don't trust a person as far as I could throw them. And trust me, I don't think I could lift any human being up and throw them anywhere. It's always the people that's closest to you that will do the most damage. His mom said they were best friends. This boy used to eat at her house, go on vacations with them. LJ had just started a car wash company and hired his best friend. His mom said he loved him so much that if she gave him $60, LJ was going to give his friend $30. That speaks volume of loyalty and what friendship meant to him. Jamel Jameson, if you are watching this right now, come forth, because I know for a fact that you cannot sleep at night. Guilt is stronger than any disease. And you need to give his mom what she deserves, and that's answers. She deserves to know the truth. Can you at least give her that much? And for his parents, you should be ashamed of yourself. I did watch her live, and I know you said that it's not going to heal. That void cannot be filled. And I don't know how you're.
All right, so let me play the mother now, directly from the mom. This thing, is this the right one? Yeah, I think this is the first one. Oh no, this one. Let's do this one first.
So, everyone. So, everyone's been asking me what happened to LJ. I still don't believe what I was told happened to my son, because it doesn't make sense. I was told that, according to the autopsy, that my son drowned. accidental drowning. How does a kid?
5 seconds. Let me just get this full screen for you guys.
Told that, according to the autopsy, that my son drowned. Accidental drowning. How does a kid that is an amazing swimmer drowns accidentally? I don't understand that. Makes no sense. I'm still trying to process it. I'm still trying to process it. This shit don't make no sense. My son's been swimming since he was 2 years old. Diver. I wasn't able to talk about this for a very long time. I'm so bothered. I am so bothered by those motherfuckers. I am so fucking bothered. It eats me up inside. My son left home with Jalen Jameson, his best friend. His so-called best friend went to a park, Vizcaya Park, and then all of a sudden my son got upset about something on his phone and got out of the car. Y'all want to know the truth? Let me tell you the truth, because it doesn't add up. My son got out the car, supposedly, and left his phones, supposedly. And Jalen claimed he was looking for my child. A very lighted area, right next to Vizcaya. This ain't the hood. We don't live in the hood. I looked at the time, and it's 11:30. LJ knows he has to get home before midnight. 12 o'clock comes. No LJ. I said, this don't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. So I texted him. I said, yo, where are you? No response. 12:15, I was like, yo, what's going on? Nothing from my child. So I text his friend, Jalen Jameson, who told me LJ was in the bathroom and his phone was dead. And I said to him, don't lie to me. We live in the same complex. So then I went to LJ's location on his phone because he always turned it on. That's how good my child was. And I saw the car moving from Vizcaya and coming down Flamingo and coming home. So I watched it. My mind says, screen record this car moving. I don't know why I did that. I screen record the car coming from the location on LJ's phone. The car came in. The car didn't turn to come to my house. The car went to Jalen's house. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. I waited. LJ still didn't come. Call his phone, nothing. So I said...
So is she saying too that, like, I don't know, because what, they were at that park, the vehicle drives past and then comes back? I wonder if I'm understanding it correctly.
Something don't feel right. Maternal instincts, ladies, fathers, mothers, go with your gut feeling. Don't ever second guess it. I jumped out of bed and I jumped in the car. You won't believe when I got to where the car was, it was in front of Jalen's house. Parked up, lights off, everybody gone to fucking bed.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
So I'm in my mind, they want me to think that my son is in there and I should go home, right? So I started calling again. Nothing. Then I text the boy. Yo, why LJ's not answering? What's going on? Then he tells me they were at the park and LJ got out of the car and he was looking for me, don't know where he went. I said, what? I immediately went straight to the park and started looking for my son and called the police. Called everybody I knew. And they started looking for my son. You know what's the worst part about this? This kid, Jalen Jameson, went and got his parents. His parents went with him to go look for my child. Nobody called me. Nobody came knocking on my fucking door. Nothing. Nothing.
Damn, man, that's just giving me like chills. You like, wow.
You made me wonder why you as parents did not pick up the phone and call me. I didn't even get to see my child. You as parents know this, went to help your child look for my son, did not call me, didn't even call the cops till after I called the cops. Huh? Who are you? What kind of human being are you? These people have not even come by and said sorry or give their condolences or anything.
And that right there, it almost makes me flash back to like Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie's family that literally had like nothing to say, right? Like this, like the daughter was with Brian Laundrie. I think she was staying there for a while too, and then they went on this trip. This dude comes back without the girl, and it's just like nothing.
This little kid that used to eat at my house, go on vacation with us. I fed him like my own, have not even showed up and tell me what happened to my son. Y'all imagine my pain and my anger? Can you even imagine how I feel? It's just the grace of God that's keeping me. I swear to God. And that little boy named Asher. That little boy named Asher. He's the reason why I'm still breathing. Him and my daughter. They are the only reason. They are the only reason. Only reason. And you're gonna say my son drowned? Make it make sense. And as parents, you didn't think to come call me? And that fucking little kid, you didn't think to call the cops when LJ supposedly went missing? Huh? You know what? My hands are clean. I have to live with my child being dead. I hope they can live. I hope they can sleep, because I pray to God that the pain that they have caused me and my family will multiply.
Wow.
I pray everything they do will be cut off. I pray everything that they touch will perish.
Holy shit.
I'm a child of God. And so is my child. I didn't deserve this. My child was getting ready to go to college. He had dreams, he had goals, he had aspirations. All gone, all taken. I couldn't even have an open casket with my child. I didn't even get to see him.
Wow.
The only memory I have.
Yeah, and I'm guessing maybe because he was in the water, maybe decomposition and bloating, stuff like that. Wow. I didn't watch this. I watched like the couple of minutes of the beginning, but this is like, holy shit. I feel so bad for this lady. And I mean, you could see and like feel her pain, right? Holy shit. Wow.
Of LJ that Tuesday night. He kissed me on my forehead like he always does, and he tells me he loves me. Kiss Asher. I told him he loved him. And I'll see you later, my youth. That later never came. He never came back. He never came back. Now I have to tell Asher when he gets older what happened to his big brother. LJ taught Asher to swim. Sunday, Asher was swimming from one end of the pool to the next.
Wow.
To swim. To swim. Sunday, Asher was swimming from one end of the pool to the next. This is rough. This is rough. I don't know. Some days.
Sorry about that, man.
So,
Screen it.
To swim. Sunday, Asher was swimming from one end of the pool to the next. This is rough. This is rough. I don't know. Some days. It's not easy. And I appreciate everybody that reach out every day. Up to today, there's some people praying for us, showing me love, giving me encouragement. And I appreciate you all. The only thing I ask when you guys see me out in public, please, want to give me a hug, that's fine. I don't want to keep reliving this. Don't ask me what happened. It triggers me. I need to get out. I need to be around people. I can't stay stuck in this depressive state for the rest of my life. So when you see me, wish me the best. Show me love. But don't ask me what happened. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's painful. And it triggers me. It makes my mind goes to places it's not supposed to go. I'm driving this morning. I'm like, I gotta go see LJ. And it dawned on me, I'm going to see my son at a gravesite. This ain't it. This ain't it. I promise you, this isn't it. I feel like a piece of me left. I have a void in my heart that nothing or no one can ever make better or ever fix. This little boy is the only person that can fill that void. And they say time heals all wounds. Speak for yourself. Nothing will ever heal this wound unless God bring him back right here to me right now. Nothing. 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 Nothing.
Man, it was a tough watch. I'm sorry to do this to you guys on Friday. Jeez. Trying to like feel so bad for her. You almost make it, you think about your own kids and stuff, or how you would feel or react You know, weird, 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 weird. It sounds super sus. I don't know. And I'm wondering because I saw some people asking, yeah, did they do a toxicology? I know they said, I guess they said it was a drowning. I don't know. Does it just stop there? They don't check for toxicology? And I guess, I don't know, right? And then is it too late to get an independent, I don't know, medical examiner, coroner, like somebody to do an autopsy? I don't know.
There's no bright side to this. There's no bright side that I have to live with this pain for the rest of my life and coexist in a world that's so fucked up with selfish ass people. I know you're supposed to forgive, but only God can help me to forgive those motherfuckers that did nothing to save my child. Nothing. Nothing. You went to go look for my child and did not call me? Did not call the cops? Jalen Jameson, I pray you rot in hell. I don't know what kind of friend you are. And to all the parents, tell your kid, don't trust everybody. Everybody ain't your friend. I used to tell LJ that all the time. I says, when your friends become your foe, out in the world, your secret goes. I always tell him that. People are only friends with you when it's convenient and when it's beneficial. But when you start progressing in life, they start to hate you. Low-key hate you for no reason. And you're still breaking bread with them. LJ would give his last for that little boy. LJ started a car wash business to wash the rental cars we have. He hired Jalen.
Wow.
If I pay LJ $60, he give him that little boy 30. And you couldn't pick up the phone and call me, right?
Wow.
I hope the truth will set you free, Jalen Jameson, and your whole family. Because my prayers for you is never gonna stop. And I don't wish nothing good for you but death. Yes, and I'm not taking it back. I am not taking it back. Y'all gonna suffer and y'all gonna feel the pain that you've bestowed on me and my family and my friends. God ain't sleeping. I do believe there's a God. That I do believe. And everybody has their day. Everybody has their day. Everybody. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. And while my son is sleeping, and it's often said they're in a better place, at least he's in a better place for real. I had 2 dreams of my son. 2 dreams. The first time I had the dream was like 2 or 3 days after they found his body. And he walked up to me with his head down. Whenever I'm disappointed in LJ, he always holds his head down. He walks up to me and he opens my hands like this and he placed something in there. And I picked it up and there was something wrapped in a blue wrapper. And I said to him, LJ, this is fentanyl. This is what kill you. You are dead. You can ask any of my friends. I told them that. I even called the cops and tell them I know what happened to my son. Because he showed me. And he held his head down and he walked off.
Laundry's 2.0.
That was the
right?
first dream. The other dream I had of my son, he was a grown man. He had beard. And I said, LJ, you look scruffy. What's going on, bro? And he says, Ma, I'm going to ask Jesus to shave me. And I woke up out of my sleep. So I know he's in a better place. I've had friends that have had dream of LJ and shared it with me. One of the dream was LJ was so fixated on making his own jet He barely comes up. When he does come up, it's for air and smile. And he was so fixated on building his jet. And that melts my heart. He loved airplanes. And so does his little brother. Asher eats, breathes, sleeps airplanes. But he loves airplanes. Every day he talks about airplanes. It's such a beautiful thing. Asher I don't think he understands that LJ was a pilot student and LJ flew airplanes. He just turned 3. But he's had that passion. And Davina Bennett can tell you, she used to come see Asher at 6-7 months and take him outside, and he would point up in the sky and say, "It." And it turned into airplanes. It turns into airplane, and now he's so fixated on airplane. So I know that God has a purpose and a plan. I know that. And you know what amazes me too? Asher doesn't ask for LJ. He's never asked for LJ. He tells you LJ is in the airplane, in the white airplane, up to today. He will say other people are missing, and he was like, where did Charlene go? Or where did Grandma go? He has not asked where LJ goes. So I don't know what Asher knows, but Asher seems to know a whole lot and is at peace with whatever that is. But he tells me from LJ went missing that LJ is in the white airplane. You know, so that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to take the time because I'm so floored with all these messages about what happened to my son and this and that, and I just can't take it no more. I wasn't able to talk about it at the time because it was under investigation, but supposedly, according to the report, my son drowned accidentally.
Wow.
Beats me. I don't understand that. Makes no sense. But I'm trying to keep it together. It's not easy. I have a whole lot going on. A whole lot. And LJ used to help me with that load and that burden. He was such a good kid. He was my best friend. We talked about everything. I come to see him and I can't even talk to him because it's not the same. I just swim. Sunday,
one more
beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing, and I just wanted to take the time because I'm so floored with all these messages about what happened to my son and this and that, and I just can't take it no more. I wasn't able to talk about it at the time because it was under investigation, but supposedly, according to the report, my son drowned accidentally. Beats me. I don't understand that. Makes no sense. Help me with that load and that burden. He was such a good kid. He was my best friend. We talked about everything. I come to see him and I can't even talk to him because it's not the same. I should have been going to see my son at Embry-Riddle campus, you know? My mind goes all over the place. And I'm yet to fully accept this. It's so hard. Sometimes, to be honest with you, I feel like LJ's at his dad. He's getting ready to come back. And then it dawned on me he's not coming back. My firstborn. I'm happy I was able to give him a taste of the finer things in life. I was happy I was able to take him on a cruise into New York, and he lived in Vegas and Tennessee and Atlanta. Like, he had a good life and he deserved it. I've taken him to the Heat game, floor seats. Like, I think I did good. The things that he had a desire for, I was able to fulfill those.
I wish I could. Sometimes I wonder, what was his last words? Was he calling me? Was he asking me to help him? One Christmas we went to Minnesota. That was his favorite. He wanted to go back in the summer, and I promised I would take him. Didn't even get to. One thing's for sure, though. I have a lot of memories that nobody can ever take away. I have a lot of memories and pictures and videos of my son. He was such a happy soul. He made everyone around him happy. I know he's looking down and saying, "Ma, why are you crying?" I can't help it, LJ. I'm human now. I am human. I've always been human. You're no longer human. You don't understand. But I'm going to try to be strong. I'm going to try to be strong. I'm sorry, too. And I haven't been there, LJ. I wish I was. I would do anything for my child. Y'all can pray for me. Keep praying for me that God will give me peace. And God will help me to forgive. It's a long road. It's by far a very long road. I gotta go now. Y'all take care. Kiss your kids. Hold them. Love them. Tell them you love them all the time. Take care, guys. God bless. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the support. It hasn't been easy. Pray for my mother. Please pray for my mother. She isn't doing well. It hits her even worse than me, and she's my child, but you know, he catered to her. He really did. He spent time with her. He understood her. She loved him. She's just not in a good place. She doesn't want to do anything, go anywhere. I don't know what else to do. Charlene is doing okay. She's resilient. She has her moments, but she's doing okay. And I'm doing okay too. It's not easy. It's just not easy. It's not an easy road. It's very tough. Very tough. Very tough. I appreciate everything. And to every mother and father that has ever lost a child, I truly, truly understand that pain. I know exactly how you feel now. Nobody can understand that pain unless you've been there, unless you've lost a child. This doesn't compare to your grandmother. And it doesn't compare to your mother. It's different. Those are very painful too. Those are people you love. But when you lose a child you conceived and carried for 9 months, that was supposed to bury you, it shatters your world like broken glasses. And it will just never be the same. It will never be the same. Take care, guys. Look what one of LJ's friend did.
Yeah.
that's been there for a while. I'm getting him a headstone, a very nice one too. It takes a while to build because it's custom. You guys take care. Thank you for the love. Oh, look at the view that LJ had. You see the airplane? There it goes. Airplanes. Beautiful thing.
Wow. That's the weird story of LJ. It's a poster too on Instagram. Somebody made. This is the mama. I didn't realize it's the mama. I think. I need your help. My baby boy is missing. This was. I wonder what the date was. Oh, it doesn't tell you exactly. This must have been before he was found. Let's see real quick. Oh yeah, this is making me sign in. Yeah. Oh, that's her Instagram. Passed away Thursday, April 13, 2023. They had a funeral service for him. They have a GoFundMe too. I'll put this in the description. So this gives a little bit of background information here. My son, my baby boy, my precious LJ, my best friend. He was born April 7th, 2005, and just celebrated his 18th birthday this past Good Friday. Indeed, it was a good day. LJ was such a loving soul. He loved me, his grandma, his dad, brother, and sisters. He was an exceptional student at Miramar High with over a 3.0 GPA. He was my first true love. My heart was ripped from inside me, and I don't know how to hold it together or even pick the pieces. LJ's dream was to be a fighter pilot for the U.S. Air Force. He was part of the Civil Air Patrol and did his first discovery flight at Perry Airport in Miramar, November 2019, with Lieutenant Colonel William Shepard, a Gulf warfighter, who is also a 5-time Emmy award-winning journalist and attorney. He was accepted and has been attending Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in dual enrollment and had A's and B's, and was so excited to be on board. He was a wonderful son to me. He helped with everything from taking out the garbage, cleaning the house, and babysitting his 3-year-old brother. He adores his little brother and often calls him Little Youth. Every time he leaves the house, he would kiss me and say, "See you later, Mom. I love you. I got you." April 12th, 2023 was the last time I heard these words. He was so kind and selfless in all his ways. Never in a million years, I would think today, a year after my son's birthday, I'm picking out a casket and burial spots. I was supposed to be picking out his graduation suit. Never would I imagine burying my son. My son was supposed to bury me. We need your help to give him the best farewell possible. Our family is working on getting him a custom hunting green casket, airplane, and a pilot outfit for his flight to heaven. Nice. Put that as well in the description. And so that really kind of like that's deep, man. It's almost like too deep for me right now. I will put it in the description here too. LJ's GoFundMe. You want to read about it or share it, or whatever. All right. The other thing I figured we could talk a little bit about, touch on this a little bit. Jelani Day. This is a story that I covered way back in the day. I can play some of the video. Let me just play this video here. I think his mother's talking.
On the unsolved case of Jelani Day. It has been 2 years since Day, a graduate student at Illinois State University, disappeared and was later found dead in the Illinois River. The coroner said the cause of death was drowning, but the manner of death, homicide, suicide, or accident, remains undetermined. Today, his mother shares new information on what she believes are crucial clues to solving her son's case. Here's Alex Maragos.
I want them to find out what happened to Jelani.
On August 24th, 2021, Jelani Day got to campus early for an important class in speech pathology. His mother, Carmen, says security video shows him looking at his phone and then suddenly leaving campus.
I watched that video of Jelani walking around campus. Jelani is on his phone. I was trying myself to see what numbers Jelani was punching in his phone. He stands there, he's punching the code in.
Investigators discovered Jelani's cell months after his death on the side of a highway.
Oh,
Everyone thought this was a big break in the case, but investigators acknowledged they had not cracked the code to the phone until Carmen alerted detectives in April of this year about what she saw on the video.
They worked on it, and within a matter of 10 days, Jelani's phone was unlocked.
But Carmen says investigators told her there was no substantive information on the phone. In this written statement from the Peru Police Department, they say, quote, "The investigation into the death of Jelani Day remains open. The task force continues to solicit tips," unquote. Today, Carmen posted to her Justice for Jelani Facebook page these photos of what she says are shoe prints found at the scene where Jelani's body was discovered.
Why is it not a murder investigation? We all know that, according to them, Jelani didn't have on any shoes. So the shoe prints can't belong to Jelani.
In these purported emails exchanged between Peru Police Chief Sarah Raymond and Carmen, also posted on her Facebook page, Chief Raymond responds, quote, "There is not evidence to suggest that anyone was with Jelani or around where the body was found," unquote.
All I want to know is what happened to my son. All I want is the help. But until I find out what happened to him, I'm not going anywhere.
Our thanks to Alex.
So 2 years later, still looking for answers. I figured I could play a little recap video. I did this video, I don't know when this was, a year ago? September 24th. Oh, longer than that, 2021. iCkEdMeL, and we're going to be talking about Jelani Day, a 25-year-old that was an Illinois State University graduate student. He was working on his master's to be a pathologist. He wanted to be a doctor, and he went missing under some suspicious circumstances, and there's been some recent updates with this story.
Jelani graduated from Alabama A&M. He pledged Omega Psi Phi fraternity. He's now enrolled at Illinois State University.
He's very driven. Jelani is energetic. He's full of life, and he's goal driven. He knows what he wants, and his goal was to be Dr. Jelani Day. I'm very proud of Jelani because he's in this program that is very demanding, and while in this program, Jelani kept his GPA up. Jelani just did everything that I expected him to do. Jelani is just he's just a normal, growing up 25-year-old that was enjoying his life. He loved to have fun with his friends. He loved to travel. He was in school. He was studying to be a speech pathologist. He wanted to be Dr. Jelani Day.
So this story takes place in Illinois, and he's a Danville native. And his family last spoke to him August 23rd, and he was last seen August 24th. Now, on August 24th, the missing flyer here, there was 2 sightings of him August 24th. So the first one, Jelani was last seen Tuesday morning, 8/24/2021, on a security camera at the ISU Bone Student Center. He was reported missing by his family and professor the following day, August 25th. But sticking to August 24th, we have the first sighting or video surveillance. According to the police statement from Bloomington Police Department, says they obtained photograph/video of Jelani and his clothing from a security camera at ISU's Bone Student Center on Tuesday, 8/24/2021 at approximately 7:20 a.m. The photograph shows Day wearing blue button-up collared dress shirt, black pants, black belt, black dress shoes, and a blue face covering. In a following update from the police department, it stated that there was video surveillance. The surveillance camera footage shows Day entering a retail store called Beyond Hello in Bloomington, Illinois on Tuesday, 8/24/2021 at 9:12 a.m. However, this time when he's seen on camera, he's wearing different clothes, and he appears to be wearing blue Detroit Lions baseball hat, a black t-shirt, a unique graphic Jimi Hendrix band shirt, white silver shorts, and black shoes with white soles. The exterior surveillance video also shows Day's white Chrysler 300 in the parking lot of the business. So just to get a visual, August 24th, 7:20 a.m., Bone Student Center. This is the ISU main campus. And then around 9:12, I believe it was, he's seen at Beyond Hello Bloomington Cannabis. It's about 3 miles away, pretty close by. He's wearing different clothes. August 25th, his family and professor report him missing. Then on August 26th at 4:20 p.m., his vehicle is found, and it's quite a bit away, about an hour drive. It was around 12th Street and West Clocks Avenue. When officers arrived, a vehicle was located concealed in a wooded area. Upon a search of law enforcement computerized files, it was determined the vehicle was a vehicle of interest in the missing person case. And so if we scroll up here, about 60 something miles plus, south of Illinois Valley YMCA, the vehicle is found in this wooded area. So yeah, for sure, the way this vehicle was found is suspicious, that it was concealed in a wooded area. They put it together that it was Jelani's car. On that day, according to the report, based on the findings when recovering the vehicle, a command post was established, an extensive K-9 search by Illinois State Police, drone aerial searches by Peru Fire and Utica fire drones, as well as ground search by teams from Peru, Utica, and the fire departments. Peru Police were also assisted by detectives from Bloomington Police and State Attorneys Todd Martin. Early this morning, the vehicle was removed and transported to a secure facility pending further processing. Bloomington and Peru detectives are asking for assistance for anybody that may have seen the vehicle or Jelani. And so they give a description. The other thing that was stated by police was that the clothing that he walked into the cannabis dispensary is what was found in the car as well. And so they didn't find anything on the initial search. Another search recovered male remains floating near the south bank of the Illinois River, approximately a quarter mile east of the Illinois 251 bridge. And so I'm not exactly sure. I know this is where the car was found here. And I'm assuming, because I see the Illinois River down here, somewhere along the bank. So the body being found, that happens on September 4th. And on September 6th, his mother and family submit DNA.
Prior to them finding the unidentified body, that Jelani's wallet was found. It was found on some street. Wow. I'm not for sure exactly what the street was. There was an individual whom I don't know whom this individual was that claims to have seen an individual drop the wallet. Someone wearing red shirt or red shorts is unsure of what this person was wearing, but they didn't tell the police until, I don't know, several days after this wallet was found. There was his lanyard with his school ID was found close to the river where they found this unidentified body.
And the body was just identified recently, September 23rd.
On September 4th, a search team found a body in the Illinois River near Peru. The coroner told Bolden's family it could take several weeks or months to identify the body because of the condition.
I'm going to do everything in my power to bring him home, and I'm not going to stop.
I miss laughing with him. Jelani is the one I could tell jokes to. Like any joke. It could be anything.
Everything's been hard, but the hardest part is just missing his presence. He's just not there.
Jelani is one of 5 siblings, and their family is incomplete.
Even though the 4 of us still have each other, he's our missing link. So we just haven't been the same without him.
I want to listen in on this interview. She's done multiple. The mother has been very vocal. And I want to share what she said here about the whole situation of Jelani being identified and what they told her was the reason it was going to take long.
The mother of missing Illinois State University grad student Jelani Day is wondering why his case isn't getting as much attention as that of Gabby Petito.
That was the other thing, too. I talked to Rabbit about this a little bit today. This was during the Gabby Petito story.
Was reported missing September 11th. Her case has drawn national media attention and is being investigated by the FBI.
That's what I'm wondering. Shay Nate, thank you for the super chat. She says, so was he naked when found in the water since his clothes were found in the car? That's a good question. I'm going to see if I can Google it while we listen to this. I'm assuming it sounds like it. So he changed his clothes. He was wearing something different at school. And then when I don't know if he stopped at home, but when he gets to this cannabis store or whatever, he's wearing a different set of clothes. And then from what we heard from mom, it sounds like I guess he was naked. Yeah. According, so I'm looking at this WGLT. Hold on, let's see here. Naked. Yep. So let me show you here on the screen real quick. That's weird, right? Another weird thing. A young black man who was beating all statistics, all odds, pursuing a PhD, and one day they tell you he was found naked in a river. Yeah, so his clothes were off. I'm kind of curious to know what he bought at that store, at that smoke shop, whatever that is. Just kind of, but it's weird. The vehicle's concealed. And if his clothes was in the car, he walked naked to the river. There was no witnesses. Was it at nighttime? No, it was daytime. Yeah, so people wouldn't have seen him walking naked. So did they find the clothes in the car or right by the river? I don't think it was. I think they said that his lanyard or something was by the river. I thought she said the clothes was in the car. Yeah, bad trips. I've had one. I took off my clothes. And I even, if you ever watched that Memory Surrender, I even talked about at some point even contemplating getting in the water because I was so hot. But then my senses kicked in and I'm like, no, what the hell are you thinking? What are you doing?
Remains believed to be Petito were located September 19th and are currently undergoing a forensic identification. Day has been missing since August 24th. A body recovered September 4th from the Illinois River has yet to be identified. In this interview with Sarah Nardi, Carmen Bolden Day gives an update about her son's case.
And this was obviously previously to the identification now.
Case.
It's at a standstill, in my opinion. Since they found that unidentified body, it doesn't seem to me that they are pushing to continue to look for my son in the expectation that this unidentified body is him. The Bloomington police, who are still technically, it's in their jurisdiction in their case because Jelani's still out there and he's missing. So they should be assuming the role of finding him. They're hitting a lot of what they say are dead ends, so to say. I understand there are other crimes that they have to investigate, but it seemed like I only have this one detective, and I understand he has a life outside of his work. But once he stops, does that mean we stop looking for my son? So it's just a frustration.
So are you being told by the Bloomington Police Department that this is an issue of manpower?
I have been told that. I have been told, Carmen, if we had detectives, we would do A, B, and C, and D. So it appears to me that they don't have enough manpower. One day I'm being told that, and then one day I'm being told, well, we've got 2 and 3 detectives, and then I'm being told, well, we'll call you back. The coroner that's supposed to be working on this dead body, they needed DNA. The Illinois State Police did come out and they took the DNA samples, but then they also wanted dental records. I found the information that they needed. They are now telling us that is at a delay as well because they don't have the chemical
Mm-hmm.
The state lab does not have the chemical that is needed to process the DNA. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but you would think by this being a state lab that they can collaborate with other state agencies or even different state agencies to see, hey, can we borrow some of this chemical? You would think they have some type of connections to get this chemical from somewhere.
So does it seem to you that since this body has been recovered from the Illinois River, that the people have reached the conclusion that this must be Jelani? And because they've concluded that the investigation into the case of your son has really fallen off?
Even though they say that's not the case, it's quite evident that it is, because there's been a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of anything. I don't have anything. Peru, they're not telling me anything. I don't know anything. I don't know if it was their child. Maybe there would be an urgency on this. Maybe they would still be looking.
You've mentioned in some of your social media posts that you think that there might be a racial component to the way Jelani's case is being handled. Do you think that it would be handled any differently if this were the case of a missing female grad student with blonde hair and blue eyes?
I'm going to say if this had been a missing grad student that had blonde hair and blue eyes, period, this would have been a whole different situation. I don't think the gender made a difference. I think, and again, I just think that the fact that this is a Black male versus someone that was white, we get a whole different perspective of how it's being handled and how it's looked at.
And you've drawn attention on your social media posts to the disparity in the way that the case of a missing woman, Gabby Petito, who has blonde hair and blue eyes, has been handled in comparison to the way your son's case has been handled. Gabby's case is getting more media attention, and it's certainly getting more resources. How do you make sense of that as a mother and as a human being?
It's very hard to make sense of, because it's like they're telling me that my son isn't as important. And he is. He's just as important. Like, I'm not sitting in this seat and saying that I'm devaluing this young lady's life, because I can totally understand what her mother and her family is going through. I wouldn't even minimize their pain. I wouldn't do that. But do you not see us? Do you not see me? Do you not see my son? He is loved. He is wanted. He is important.
That was Carmen Bolden, mother of missing ISU grad student Jelani Day.
Bloomington Police Department did release a statement after Jelani was identified, and a lot of it reiterates everything we've covered. The part that we need to talk about a little bit, we'll just go over, is that he was identified through forensic dental identification and DNA testing and comparison. Currently, the cause of death is unknown, pending further investigation and toxicology testing. And it just goes on to list multiple agencies and reiterate the story that we just covered. Jelani's mother and family did put out a statement as well. From the family of Jelani Day, there are no words to clearly communicate our devastation. We learned this morning from LaSalle County Coroner the deceased man found in Peru, Illinois on Saturday, September 4th is Jelani. Our hearts are broken. We ask that you continue to pray for our family during what will be very hard days ahead. Throughout these 30 days, our very first concern was finding Jelani, and now we need to find out what happened to Jelani. At this moment, there are more questions than answers surrounding Jelani's disappearance and death, and that is what we will focus our energy on. At this moment, we do not know what happened to Jelani, and we will not stop until we do. This week, we learned new evidence has been discovered, and police are working new leads related to Jelani's disappearance. This case is not closed, and the investigation is not over. We still need people who have information to come forward. If you know anything about what happened to Jelani or had contact with Jelani in the days and weeks before his disappearance, please contact Bloomington Police Department Paul Jones at 309-434-2548. All right, so that was an old video I did on that. I just wanted to kind of throw it in there. Mom is still trying. I was surprised because I was talking about it with Rabbit today, and I just typed his name in. I was like, I'm curious, and the mother is just still looking for answers. So all right. So I'm sorry to be like a downer today. That's what I feel like, but I wanted to give that story attention. The mother, and it's kind of a local story, I guess. I would love to have a chase or something today. Yeah, I would love to have some type of chase today or something, some type of fun thing. I am working on. Not seriously, but I'm working on like a little fun stream for us. We can watch Karen videos and stuff like that. Oh, the mic. You think the old mic is better than that old mic? Which one is that one? Let's see, hold on. Oh, that's that one. I have it in my room. I have it in the storage. Oh, yo, this mic was actually pretty good. I think I still have this mic. This one, it's more expensive. Sure, SM7B, but I think I listened to the audio back then, and it does sound a little bit better to me sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the settings in Streamlabs either. This one I think is quieter. This mic I think is a little bit more quieter. I have a cloud lifter on there, and I have a pretty nice, a decent. What do you call that thing? The sound thing? I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping we get a chase. I hope we have some fun tonight. And I'm working on something that now after today seeing this stuff, I'm gonna try to make it more fun. Whenever we do the fun stream, because sometimes in a fun stream, like serious thing comes up, it's a little hard to navigate. Let me see. Is there anything else going on interesting around the world? I know the mercenary got killed off in Russia. What else is out there? Body ID'd as mom of 3. Olivia Fowler reported missing 2 years ago. What? And I actually have an idea for us too. I don't want to say it right now, but I got this idea from Rabbit. So I think over the weekend I might use this idea. We can watch an interesting hearing, and we can talk about a new story that I haven't covered yet. And I'm also I kind of miss doing interrogation videos. I don't know. I kind of want to hunt for another good interrogation. Price doesn't mean quality. Yeah, honestly, I've had $40 mics, $50 mics that sound just as good or the same. Honestly, Oh yeah, and again, if you guys, I really appreciate all the support that I've gotten on this. Definitely check out this, this legal situation. Even if you could just share the link, it's pinned. I'm gonna put it in the comment section after. I've gotten a lot of support for this, so I really appreciate it. And if you're just curious, if you have time, you can read the details, or you can go watch a channel that's read it if you don't feel like reading, because it's kind of a lot to read. I know Down the Hole Rabbit News, she covered it. Queen Bee covered it. So if you're curious, or if you just want somebody to read it to you, you can do there. Filed a lawsuit, and I can't really talk about it. So I'm going to be mentioning it throughout my streams because a lot of people haven't seen it. The coroner report said he was wearing clothes. Really? Sophie, thank you so much for that too. I really appreciate that. All the way from Ireland. Melissa, right? We haven't done those interrogation ones in a while. D-Land, thank you for gifting the membership. Ronan, thank you for the membership. Great channel. Amazing. Hey Sean, how you doing? Robin, the Robo Dog. Better windscreen. This thing comes with its windscreen. I can't even take it off. No, this thing comes with it. It could be one of the settings maybe that I have to fix. I don't know. Let me see what else you guys are saying. We're kind of overdue for a members video as well. Stephanie Delirios, thank you so much. That I had a hell of a time defending you on that channel. Yeah, it's funny the person was it's funny that he was calling me a grifter or whatever, but he put up his own PayPal. Sarah Boone. So Sarah Boone, let me see. I could actually show you a quick video. Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. Court TV. There was something I thought they just posted about the whole attorney thing. Was that Sarah Boone Court TV? Sarah Boone. We talked about it in one of the previous streams, but another attorney has left her. Another attorney dipped out on her ass. Let me show you guys. Sarah Boone's attorney.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case, and we were playing. And
She put him in a suitcase. Well, he got in. I guess they were playing a game, and she closed it and let him die inside the suitcase. So now she's gone through multiple attorneys. I don't know if it's 5 or 6. The attorney representing a Florida woman charged with murdering her boyfriend, whom she zipped inside a suitcase, has asked to withdraw from her case and recommended that his client represent herself. You're on your own at this point. Thank you, San. Andrew. You're good, Chef Lady. No, I appreciate it, man. Even if you guys are just watching my videos, man, or just hitting like and whatever, that works too. That's fine with me. Sarah Boone was arrested and charged with second-degree murder in the death of her boyfriend, George Torres, who was found inside a suitcase at the couple's apartment February 25th, 2020. Boone had told police that she and Torres had been drinking and playing a game of hide and seek that went wrong. Torres' cries for help can be heard on a cell phone video. So we know all this. Boone has gone through a number of attorneys in her case. Her initial attorney was Mauricio, withdrew from her case in May 2022, and was followed by a series of public defenders who each left the case citing conflicts of interest. They just want to get out of this shit. Frank, formerly named Boone's attorney, July 11, 2022, filed a motion to withdraw August 22, citing irreconcilable differences. The defendant will not be satisfied with an attorney unless that attorney does not have a caseload and can dedicate his or her time solely to Ms. Boone's case. And she's going to need it. Oh, prayer partner Eve, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. I think you did that twice, right? I saw your name pop up earlier. Oh, the 10 months. Thank you so much for being a member all this time. Thank you for resubscribing. Thank you for covering these. Thanks. Nicole, thank you for the membership. Jennifer Cochran Fent, 18 months. Thank you. It says this is heartbreaking justice for LJ. Thanks. So I don't know. Yeah, she's gone through a bunch of attorneys. The trial is currently still scheduled for October 2nd. And for the people that don't know, they pushed back. I don't know when, but the Kohlberger trial is not happening October 2nd, apparently. I think he waived his right for a speedy trial. And I mean, whatever happens in October. I don't know if this is really going to happen or not. Now that she doesn't have an attorney, is she going to represent herself? It looks like she almost has no choice. But in October, we do have, I believe, the Harmony Montgomery trial. If you haven't seen, I did a really good video on breaking the whole thing down on Harmony Montgomery. So I'm looking forward to that. That's probably going to be a rough trial. Air fryer recipes with Booger 500. Thank you so much for gifting the membership. Thank you. So, PB&J, does PayPal take a cut? Yeah, they do. They take fees. I mean, there's an option to pay the fees if you want to, but yeah, they take fees, and I've accounted for that in the PayPal thing. So, I mean, whatever you can do, even if it's just a share, even if it's just sharing or tweeting, that's fine too. But they do take a fee. I think all those services take a fee. I know. And if she represents herself, that's going to be interesting. I'm here to see it for sure. There's also that trial, the Breasia trial, and so We'll see about that. Death was heard. Did you guys watch the Netflix thing on that? I think I only saw one episode. I watched the whole thing. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna head out for now. Susan, oh, you got the gift. Cool, you got the membership. I guess I'll head out for now. I'm hoping we get a chase or something tonight. It's been a pretty eventful week as far as crazy stuff. Oh, she did? Really? Nicole says, I live in Houston where Grizzy is. She talked about you the other day and told everyone to follow you, but I already did. I'm sure you got a bunch of new Houston followers. Oh, that's really nice of her. I haven't talked to her in a really long time. I forgot what story. It might have been Malia Davis. That's really cool. I haven't talked to her in so long, so I wasn't sure. That's nice to hear. Thank you for telling me. That it is like a they have a bunch of, all they did was take a bunch of YouTubers videos and put it together like a sort of collage for the series. That's what I got from the first episode. No, Vesper, there was a chase this morning. Miami-Dade. Was it actually like streamed or there was no choppers? That was up early. Whoa. Okay. Bro, over 400 prisoners being transferred to a new facility. For a second, I thought it said 400 people escaped. I was about to say, yo, we got to jump on a new live stream. Check this out. It says over 400 prisoners being transferred to a new facility. I almost jumped out of my seat. I was like, man, we're going to be here for a couple of hours. Maddie's doing great. I thank you for asking. She's going to be with her mother this weekend. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Baby free, I guess. But she's doing great. She's loving school. She's doing good in school. Really excited for the school she's in. Dang. How does this, what's the process though? Oh, there you go. Oh, look. Hey. Prison breakout. Prison riot. Live. Are they holding hands? They hold the hand. Oh no, they're not. Okay. Were they chained together? Is that what it is? We see you. Are they looking up at the helicopter? Yeah. It's hot out there too. The Philly standoff, I mean, we can talk about it a little bit if you want. Not much. You know, the guy's deceased. Oh, it's leaving. The helicopter's leaving. Okay. Adios. The Philly guy.
What caused William Hardison to fire thousands of shots after sheriff's deputies showed up to a victim? It's a question many are trying to answer as Garfield and neighboring communities try to deal with the trauma of that long standoff yesterday.
KDK lead investigator Andy Sheehan is working to learn more about who Hardison was and why he believed he was above the law.
Law enforcement sources tell me that William Hardison had 15 guns in this house and an unlimited supply of ammunition.
Lisa, how you doing?
Used in the misguided belief that the laws of the United States did not apply to him, and this house was rightfully his.
This ain't their land. This is my land. This is my land. I'm a Moor.
This is William Hardison 4 years ago.
And we actually watched this that day when this was happening.
During a traffic stop by police on the north side. He tells them he is a Moor, a descendant of Morocco, a country which he says owns the United States, and as such, the laws of this country do not apply to him.
Yeah, that's anytime I've seen the people that are, I guess, Moor or whatever, sovereign citizens, they just don't feel they have to follow any kind of rules. They can just do whatever. There's no law that applies to them.
I'm
a Moor. I got every right to travel from here to Timbuktu.
Court records show he has been cited more than 30 times in the past 15 years for not having a license or registration. And here he tells police they have no jurisdiction over him. He considers himself what is known as a sovereign citizen, above the law.
I consider them outlaws. That's how I best describe
Outlaws.
sovereign citizens. They're people who think they're above the law, they don't have to follow the law, and so they behave accordingly.
Chatham University professor Christine Sarcheski believes Hardison's Moroccan heritage and sovereign citizen beliefs may have led to yesterday's fatal confrontation with police. She says Moorish sovereign citizens believe everything in the U.S. is rightfully theirs.
Which sometimes leads to the squatting situations where they think that they own that house.
Court records show the house was owned by Hardison and his brother Joseph. But when Joseph died in March of 2021, William quit paying the mortgage, and the house was sold in March to a limited liability corporation called 907 East Street. William filed papers in federal court accusing the new owners of fraud and trespassing, maintaining the house was still his and refusing to leave, despite a judge's order to do so.
I expected something like that from him. He was a squatter.
And according to law enforcement...
Thank you, Lisa and Kerry. Appreciate that for the PayPal donations. Thank you so much.
Enforcement sources, he had his brother's 15 handguns and a mountain of ammunition.
Oh, is his brother's guns?
On the ready.
He said they did his brother wrong, but they're not going to do that to me. I got something for them.
Miraculously...
Wait, what?
They did his brother wrong, but they're not going to do that to me. I got something for them.
Miraculously, no law enforcement officer or citizen would be seriously injured in this melee, though William Hardison would lose his life, all on the mistaken belief that the laws of this country did not apply to him. Reporting in Garfield, Andy Sheehan, KDK News.
The Sheriff's Department.
Man. Yeah, the laws don't apply to them. Oh, this is interesting. Check this out.
The tactical team exhausted every resource available, from communication to playing family messages. The gunfire, the exchange of gunfire was there. There was thousands of gunfire.
Thousands of rounds of gunfire, a city neighborhood riddled with bullets. Tonight, a lot of questions remain. One day after that shootout in Garfield, we can tell you that dozens of officers who were involved are now off the street. They include 47 City of Pittsburgh.
Wow, so they're being punished? 47 Pittsburgh, 12 Allegheny, and 16.
12 Allegheny County police officers and 16 Allegheny County Sheriff's deputies. Police say those officers will be evaluated after their involvement in that highly charged situation yesterday. They'll likely be off the streets for several days. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ken.
Yes, the criminal's going to run the streets.
Right.
And I'm Christine Sorensen. The gunfire on Broad Street has long since ended, but the disbelief coming from neighbors is loud and clear. Erica Moke spoke to those neighbors and got an up-close look at that damage. Erica.
Christine and Ken, yesterday we were telling you just the amount of gunfire.
What should they have done? Not shot or blow it up or something in one instance? What do they want?
Fire that was exchanged yesterday, and you were able to see in that video the damage left behind at that row house, showing you just how intense this standoff was. You can see behind me that home has since been boarded up, but right now on this street you can see neighbors are out and about. They are alongside city leaders assessing the damage from those bullets, like what you can see right here on this house, evidence of bullets whizzing by. Wow. Neighbors tell me yesterday they felt like they were in the middle of a war zone brought on by a man that they barely knew.
Non-lethals?
Good morning, sir. How's your day? And then he was telling me that they're going to pay for this. I'm like, ooh, I said, be on the street. It's cool. He said, you'll see. And he walked away.
That man, who lives just a few doors down, says he had no idea that just days after that conversation with William Hardison, he'd turn what's been described as a normal, quiet neighborhood into a nightmare.
I couldn't even count. It had to be over 2,000 rounds. Coming and going. Please him, please him. They were so loud, you would have thought it was a bomb.
City officials and police giving an update today on the response. saying their attempts to make contact with Hardison and bring the situation to a peaceful end were met either by silence or that barrage of bullets.
The gunfire, the exchange of gunfire was, there was thousands of gunfire. I just couldn't tell you the number.
The exact amount of shots, ammunition, even weapons used by the suspect is still under investigation by state police. And although neighbors say they had no idea what kind of stockpile Hardison may have been sitting on, one says she did see him with a gun case, which she says contained more than one rifle.
Because it was heavy. He was struggling from across the street to his house to get it into his house.
Man.
His house, the one he refused to leave, now left battered.
Wow, look at this shit. You got no trespassing written in marker or crayons or some shit. Wow. You see that shit?
To get it into his house.
His house.
Wow, no trespassing private property or stop.
The one he refused to leave, now left battered from a gun battle, as are the homes nearby, including the one that shares a wall with the now crime scene. Our camera was invited inside, capturing several bullet holes in that shared wall, one big enough to see right through.
It was a dramatic scene. I didn't never think it would have got to this point.
Now, it is still not known where the shot that killed the suspect came from. Again, that's still under investigation. The neighbor who lives immediately next door didn't want to go on camera. She said that there are at least 4 bullet holes in her wall, and any of them could have killed her. Thankfully, though, she evacuated, and she and her pets are okay.
I guess that's why they're pissed. I mean, I don't know what cops would have been. It's a tough situation because those houses are like connected and shit. They're all on top of each other. I don't know. Yeah, they could have died. There was some lady who says she was hiding in her basement or something.
Coverage on the deadly shootout in Garfield as state police take over the investigation.
Police working in overdrive to stop the shooter. They knew everyone needed to get out.
My fear was that he was running throughout the neighborhood, so I was trying to shut my windows so he couldn't get in.
Hours passed by. No update, but the gunfire not stopping, even while we worked for you.
But I remember too, there was kids playing outside. There was kids playing outside when the gunfire was going on. All right, well, I'm gonna head out of here for a bit, man. Hopefully we get a nice chase tonight. Oh, forgot. Wait. Let me just see what Vesper told me to look up. Almost forgot. Let's watch this and then we'll call it. I want to get something to eat. No.
Breaking news right now, dangerous police pursuit through the streets of Miami-Dade today.
And you saw it all first here live, only on Local 10. Local 10's Gio and Signar is in the newsroom right now.
Well, Alexis, Christie, as we were just breaking into programming, starting at about 11:40 this morning, 20 minutes before this newscast, and Christie, you chimed in as well here toward the end. Let's try and take you to some video from Sky 10, where this is live right now as we speak. Just a couple of minutes ago, the suspect in this police pursuit that went through Miami-Dade County was arrested, was taken into custody. So the situation is now over. Right now, video that you're seeing on your screen is from a storage king facility earlier from Sky 10, where reportedly the suspect had weapons stored in that facility. And you see the car there, that black BMW, just take off. And that is what eventually led to a crash right here on the exit, where you see the car is going to start weaving a bit left and right before eventually then going left and seemingly losing control of the vehicle. From this moment, as we zoom in with Sky 10, this was just before our new newscast, that suspect is going to get out of this vehicle and start running. Just take off from right here. Now, this initially started as a domestic dispute. Reportedly, the suspect went to a PETA pocket location where he reportedly threatened his girlfriend's father, and then went to the Storage King facility where he reportedly had multiple weapons in that facility. Now, as to why he went to that location, either drop off weapons or take more, that we don't know at the moment.
I hope they lock him up forever.
The part of video where then we lose sight of the suspect, at least from our vantage point, goes under that overpass into the construction site. jumps through traffic essentially, and from there we sort of maintain the aerial presence with Sky 10 for about 10 minutes or so, catching you up on the situation, at least attempting to catch you up on the situation, before eventually seeing that the suspect, described as a black male in his 30s with long curly hair, wearing a black shirt, and was considered armed and dangerous for an extended period of time.
That was him. He just ran across.
Chase. Notice police here running in the video, presumably toward the suspect. What initially started as that domestic dispute then went into a chase. At one point, this suspect ran into an officer somewhere in Key Biscayne before making his way closer to downtown Miami, losing sight of the suspect ever so briefly before now. This is the conclusion. You see officers gathered around the suspect in the middle of your screen there, cuffed, taken into custody, arrested, and the situation is essentially wrapped up. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the story. Of course, we have multiple crews en route as we gather more information here from our newsroom, as well as from the scene, from multiple locations, from where the chase concluded and the arrest happened to the beginning where this all started. So we will be sure to maintain our eye on this story and gather more details as the rest of the afternoon progresses. For now, from the newsroom, Christy, Alexis, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Gio, and one other important note you mentioned to keep.
The whole thing's actually here. Hey, we did miss the chase. Yeah, might as well meet that, right? Yeah, with bumper cars. What the hell? What the? Running. The backpack hauling ass. Let's see how far I go. Oh, they lost him. Cops get there. They're looking for him. Let's see. Make myself smaller. Searching for him all over the place. All right, they're just searching. Searching for stuff. All right. I'm out of here. I'm going to get something to eat. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully we'll see each other tonight. Maybe with a nice chase. I'll work on, I already have an idea for this weekend as far as something we could stream. And then maybe an idea for something fun as well. Can we get a ghost stream this Halloween? Yeah, I don't know how would that work. We need some ideas. Oh, like watching ghost videos? We could do something like that. Did you guys see the Exorcist thing on Netflix? The new the priest thing? Exorcist thing? It was pretty good. Doodle Bug Fart, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's people upset. I don't know why they're so upset. The guy literally said sue me, now they're upset. What? How dare you? Anyway, love you guys.